Mermaids may not be true, but we still have tons of mysteries unexplored in our ocean. One of the main mysteries of the ocean still captivates the imagination of almost everyone who hears its tales. This mystery is, of course, the Bermuda Triangle. I myself had done extensive research on this topic and can't wait to dive into these awesome mysteries. The Bermuda Triangle is host to many oceanic mysteries, including the USS Cyclops, the Douglas DC-3, and the infamous Flight 19. Let's dive into our first mystery. On March 4th, 1918, the U.S. Navy's largest fuel ship at the time, the USS Cyclops, went missing in the Bermuda Triangle. A chilling detail about this disappearance is the captain never sent out a distress signal. Nobody aboard the ship, which included 306 crewmen and passengers, answered any of the radio calls coming from the hundreds of ships around the area. The USS Cyclops seemed to drift out of existence with no trace whatsoever. There are many theories behind the disappearance of the Cyclops, but none of them can be proven. According to a written report of a sailor on the ship, Nervig, he often found the deck of the ship swaying when large waves struck the ship, which may indicate that the ship was having structural issues and led to its doom. The most interesting theory involves the origin of the captain. According to Wikipedia, investigations by the Office of Naval Intelligence revealed that Captain Worley was born Johann Friedrich Weichmann in Sandstedt, Hanover, Germany in 1862. A theory states that Worley had loaded the ship with too much coal and fuel, then planned in Barbados, and had taken 73 extra passengers, one of them being Gottschalk, the U.S. Consulate General of Rio, who was very popular with the German crowd. Since the U.S. war with Germany already broke out by then, did the captain and Gottschalk connive together and sink the ship or destroy it, or maybe take it all the way to Germany? The next great mystery of the Bermuda includes a passenger plane. On December 28, 1948, a Douglas Dakota DC-3 plane carrying 31 people disappeared 50 miles from its destination in Florida with 20 minutes to go on its course. The morning of the flight, there were many complications. The first complication was the light indicator for the landing gear did not come on at the time of landing at 7:40 p.m. It was due to low battery, and the captain, Lindquist, was informed that it would take several hours for the battery to refill all the way. He opted to recharge the battery in flight from the aircraft's own generator. The captain next reported the flight position when it was 50 miles south of Florida, and only 20 minutes to land. Strangely, the message was received at New Orleans, which was about 600 miles away, and not Miami that was so close by. New Orleans radio tower forwarded the messages to Miami station. The aircraft was never seen or heard from again. So what happened to the Douglas Dakota DC-3? According to Bermuda Attractions, an explosion could have explained the aircraft getting disintegrated in the air, keeping no trace of anything. Unfortunately, this is highly improbable because no one near or around Florida heard any explosion, and the water around the Florida Keys is shallow enough that any debris could have been seen, and there was no debris found. Another theory deals with the faulty transmitter. According to Wikipedia, many believe that the transmitter of the aircraft was faulty, and therefore the captain did not receive a message sent from Miami radio station at 12:15 a.m. informing that there was a change in wind direction from northwest to northeast. This could have resulted in the plane being blown 40 to 50 miles off course, so they would have gotten lost and ran out of fuel and crashed into the ocean. The Gulf Stream would have dispersed all the debris and bodies. The last and most interesting includes not one, not two, but 5 different planes. On December 5th, 1945, 5 TBM Avenger torpedo bombers departed Florida around 2:10 p.m. on a routine training mission. The planes, collectively known as Flight 19, were scheduled to tackle a 3-hour exercise known as Navigation Problem Number 1. According to BuzzFeed, the planes had been checked before the mission and the weather was supposed to be favorable. The planes were nicknamed Ironbirds on account of their design and ability to stay up in the battle and were highly durable planes. The planes carried 14 men, led by Navy Lieutenant Charles Taylor. Shortly after the training mission began, Taylor became lost in the Bermuda Triangle, and all compasses failed. An emergency transmission sent by one of the pilots was picked up, which, according to history, states, "We can't find west. Everything is wrong. We can't be sure of any direction. Everything looks strange, even the ocean." About 20 minutes later, Taylor sent his last message, very distressed, saying, "We can't make out anything. We think we may be about 225 miles northeast of base. It looks like we're entering white water. We're completely lost." Several minutes after the last transmission, a PBM Marine flying boat left on a rescue mission, which was also disappeared after radioing the control tower once. Although there are many theories as to what happened to Flight 19, One stands strong, which states that a wreck of a torpedo bomber that was discovered in 1989 in the Everglades was that of Charles Taylor's plane. Two men, John Meyer and Andy Morocco, figured out from a 500-page Navy report on the crash that there were unidentified signals picked up by the aircraft carrier, the USS Solomon, which could be tone of the planes that crashed near the wreckage in 1989. They also were able to identify the plane crash as a TBM-3, the same plane as Taylor's. Unfortunately, according to Bermuda Attractions, the wreckage itself has now vanished. Because of that, we cannot definitively point to the Everglades wreckage as being one of the planes of Flight 19. The Bermuda Triangle is home to many wonderful and interesting mysteries. It has swallowed up Navy ships, airplanes, and commercial flights. Whatever it may be, the lore of the Bermuda Triangle will remain a mystery for years to come.